Hello world, this is Ilya from Prague, my favorite lookout tower near Prague. So again it's revelation times and I'm revealing things that we think we know that ain't so. And today I will cover what exactly is power and how it compares to leadership. There is a substantial difference between these two terms. So let's start with power. Power is the ability to influence or control others, often through authority, resources, or force. It can be positional, like a manager's authority, official authority, or personal, like charisma and expertise. Power focuses on control and can be wielded without consent or ethical considerations. Power is the most important aspect of a group and social interactions, and based on how society handles and promotes people to power, this alone predicts a group and social success or failure. So power should never be taken lightly. Power is about control and is often imposed through coercion. Power seeks compliance and conformity. To get to a position of power, people often use superficial charm and image of competence. This is on the outside. And in the background, people use often machinations and manipulations. On the other hand, leadership is about inspiring and guiding others towards a shared goal, typically through influence, vision, and trust. It emphasizes on collaboration, motivation, and ethical behavior, and it often requires consent or support from its followers. Leaders get to a leadership position through merit and competence. Leadership is about inspiration towards a common and better good, and it relies on consent and voluntary engagement. Leadership uses persuasion and empowerment and fosters commitment and growth. For example, a dictator has power, but may not be a leader, as it is often in real world. While a football team trainer or coach inspires the team to achieve exemplifying leadership. For most people on any position of power, it has been observed less activity and emotional processing in the amygdala. That is around 70–80%, not all of course. This means that empathy and consideration for the people that are being led vanishes over time. In other words, people with power move towards the psychopathic or narcissistic side of the spectrum. Lust for power is a psychopathic and narcissistic trait and an expression of a primal instinct. Professor Jordan Peterson traced it back to lobsters. Yes, it's that bad. Hence, one of the most famous axioms or aphorisms about power. Power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Corruption is literal and can be even observed with MRI scanners. These are magnetic resonance imaging scanners. And this has been demonstrated over and over again. In other words, you may be the most benevolent artist, poet, an angel if you like. But if you're put on a position of power, then almost certainly you'll go psychopathic or narcissistic. Power absolutely corrupts. There is no doubt about it. And this is why we have developed multiple party political systems. This is to have politicians on 4-year mandates and rotating. Otherwise they will go tra-la-la, literally. Therefore, promoting people to leadership position must be done only based on merit and competence. Anything else is a travesty. Okay? Even thinking in terms of power is a travesty. The only way of thinking should be how we promote competence and people with merit on a leadership position, not on power position. Okay? Now, given all that, you have to rethink how you view any movement that is seeking power. They often do it supposedly for the less privileged. These are the feminist, woke, BLM movements in the West. These, in essence, are narcissistic and psychopathic movements, and they shouldn't be encouraged to go this way. So yep, this is it. I hope I changed your mind, and I hope you rethink your ways and attitudes toward these movements.